Welcome to my website tour. This is my homepage, and I just have a few different examples of my work with various brands and my own brand promise, which is bringing brands to life. Helping you to build your brand, I offer service across 3 distinct areas, including brand positioning and identity, brand strategy, and brand content and visuals. And I'll go through each of these areas in further detail later on. Sometimes building your brand can feel like one big puzzle, and I think this is really important because for businesses, it is a big challenge to build their brand. It's not just about their brand identity, it's about their experience, it's about their environment, it's about their people, it's about their service. And I'm really passionate about helping businesses put together all the pieces of the puzzle. These are some of the brands that I work with. So let's chat about your brand. I think a chat and a coffee are always great places to start. Follow me on Instagram. It's definitely my preferred social channel of choice. And here in my footer are my main contact details, some of the links to my main pages on my site, and a subscription to my newsletter, as well as my other social channels that I'm active on. And what I'm just going to do is I'm going to go navigate into the site further. This is my about page, and it pretty much does what it says on the tin, or at least I hope. It really details, I guess, my experience and my background within the area of brand and marketing. I've been working in this area for over 15 years, which is pretty crazy for me to think, but there you go. I started out in the area of public relations actually before working for many years in marketing, and I have experience working with both international and national brands. I spent a lot of years working in London. I think it was 5 years altogether, and I worked for a number of those years in corporate communications before then transversing over to the area of brand and design, working with a brand and design agency there called Black Sheep, who worked with a lot of the UK's leading hospitality brands such as Jamie Oliver and Wagamama. And I guess it was really here that I learned about how brands are created and sustained, and it really helped ignite my passion for brand. And these are some of my own brand values, which I guess are important to me, but they're also important from a client perspective because they really detail my approach to brand projects. There's some other client testimonials down here if you wanted to have a read of them. And now I'm going to go back into my menu and into my main section of the site, which is my services. And as I mentioned, brand identity and positioning is a key area of which I offer service. So having a strong brand identity that aligns with your business model can really help strengthen your entire business to drive revenue in the long term. And I work with brands first and foremost to really understand their business, as well as the core values and fundamental principles under which they operate. And it's only really through an analysis of this that an effective brand solution can be born. Here are some of the services that I provide to go into this area. And I guess further along the brand journey, a brand needs to start focusing on its brand and marketing strategy. So I work with clients really closely on this area, and I guess it's important to say that a brand strategy looks different for everyone depending on the nature of the business, as well as the main business goals and the types of stories you need to tell to bring your brand to life. So again, here are some of the service areas. And lastly, last but not least, as they say, brand content and visuals. And I guess if you've done a bit of work on your brand identity, you know who you are, you know where you're going, i.e. your strategy, you can have a lot of fun creating brand content and visuals to really support this. Here are some of the services again that I offer within that area. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the portfolio for each of these areas and just pick out one real life case study, I guess, to give you a better perspective of the types of services that I offer. So this is a nice case study for brand identity and positioning. It's one of my clients, Castleross Park Resort, who are a 4-star resort situated within the Killarney National Park. I started working with the brand about 2 or 3 years ago, and at that stage they were the Castleross Park. They weren't the Castleross Park Resort, sorry. They were the Castleross Hotel and Holiday Homes. And I guess they were coming up to a transitionary period in their brand because they were going from a 3-star to a 4-star, and they knew they had to do some work with repositioning themselves in the market. So these are some of the services that I would have provided in order for this new brand, Castleross Park Resort, to be born. There was a lot of brand workshops, brand interviews, communication audits, some market research, and a lot of creative direction and collaboration, I suppose, with their graphic designer there on, again, bringing this new brand to fruition. So if you're interested in this type of industry and this type, learning a bit more about, brand strategy for the client, you can click through to here. But I'm going to go back again to my services page and into the portfolio for brand and marketing strategy. And I'm just going to pick out a different, I guess, a case study from a different industry, because I work with many different industries. So this is one for the entertainment industry, Celtic Steps the Show. They're one of Ireland's best loved Irish music and dance shows, and I worked with them over, again, many number of years, 3 to 4 years, on building a strong brand strategy. So these are some of the services that I would have provided to build this brand strategy. And I have visual examples down here, so I'm just going to scroll through them while I talk. So this was their brand identity. They already had quite a strong brand identity, so it was really just evolving it so it related to them more in the market. I worked with them a lot on their brand image, their costume design, their stage design, their cast profiles. So a lot of it was bringing the raw talent of their cast to life, because I guess these guys are their own little mini brands within a brand. And that was really for their brand collateral. I would have done a lot of work on PR and marketing for them. That was an event to launch them in Tralee. A lot of work around that, some signage. And I guess their brand experience, so building that excitement and anticipation before the show, was key as well. Again, some signage, their DVD, the production of that DVD was important. And again, some social media advertising, and their website was a key part of their brand strategy. So creating all the content and stories for that and working with the web designer there to bring that to fruition. So I hope that gives you a better idea of what type of services I can provide to build a brand strategy. And I'm going to go back into my menu again. And yeah, like I said, the fun stuff, brand content and visuals. So this is one of my retail clients, the Arnsweather Market. They are one of Ireland's leading providers of Irish knitwear and gifts, and they have 5 retail stores in Ireland and are really, I guess, leading, growing e-commerce business. So I worked with these guys a lot around, I guess, creating brand stories around their brand identity, because they'd already done a lot of work on their brand identity and representing that. And this was very much about creating commercial campaigns. So this was their summer campaign 2019. Again, I'm just going to scroll through the imagery. I would have created the campaign concept for this, right down to even kind of what products should feature on it. And I guess then, you know, the creative direction on the shoot, the art direction, the storyboard, the key shot list, the organization of the shoot. Don't know if I've mentioned that already, the styling. And then I guess this is more the post content. So, you know, obviously I created the content and then basically turned it into a commercial campaign. So the e-shots here, advertising, social media. So it just gives you a nice sense of other services. And there's a good few more campaigns down here on this if you're a retail client and you're interested in looking a bit more on these. Some videos for social media. And there's some other industry examples as well on that section, if that's something you're interested in. This is my news and insights section, and it's something I'm really excited about because I do plan on populating it quite a lot. I guess I've built up quite a lot of knowledge and expertise in the area of brand, so I plan on sharing this with you. I have one little blog here, What is Brand? Um, and it's really useful, I guess, if you're going on a brand journey and you want to get into the right mind frame and headspace for that, or you're in your brand journey and you're, you know, wanting to gain a little bit of perspective and make sure you're on the right track. So it's a good one for that. And if brand and marketing is an area that you're interested in, please subscribe to my newsletter and you'll get all the insights straight to your inbox. And lastly, this is my contact page. So this is a contact form that you can basically kind of fill out to get in touch with me. But my main contact details are here below: my phone, my email, the social channels again that I'm active on. And yeah, I guess that's it. I hope it's provided you with a little bit of, I guess, a little bit more perspective into me and the type of services that I offer. And if you are a new brand and you need some help with creating your brand or creating a strategy, or you're a business and you're looking to really grow your brand over the next while and create compelling content and visuals around your brand, please do get in touch. I would love to hear from you. I'm here to help, even if it's just for an initial chat. And in the meantime, thank you so much for listening, and I will chat to you soon. Thank you.